Welcome to Talking Straight on Nationalist Hub. I'm Suresh Kochatal. The Russia-Ukraine war has upset many an economy, and there has been currency, food, security, and of course, fuel turmoil in many countries. In fact, I don't think there has been any country that has been left untouched by the war, and the impact has been in varying degrees. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday had made a specific mention of the ongoing war in Ukraine and said that it put immense pressure on the government of India due to the sharp spike in the prices of fertilizers, edible oil, and even crude oil. Calling upon everyone to work towards self-reliance in a mission mode, Prime Minister Modi said there was a massive effort that is needed on biofuels and ethanol to reduce the dependence on oil and gas shipped from overseas. As the Ukraine war rages on, India brought Russian oil at a substantial discount, despite US not liking it one bit. Now, India is looking to diversify its import sources of crude oil and is considering purchases from places like countries like Guyana, Canada, Gabon, Brazil, Colombia, among others. And amidst a global rush away from gas, which has become very expensive now, India has been seeking to widen the pool of countries that sell crude in order to achieve the energy security and cater to the growing domestic fuel demand. The Ukraine conflict has accelerated the process, and India, which imports nearly 85% of its fuel requirement, is looking for a way out. The remaining is met from our biggest domestic oil and natural gas fields in Assam, Gujarat, Western and offshore, Eastern offshore, Bombay High, and of course, Rajasthan. In 2021-22, India imported 212 billion tons of crude oil, up from 196 billion tons the previous year. This was, however, lower than the pre-pandemic imports of 227 million tons in 2019-20. The top 5 major import products of India are mineral, fuel and oils, natural or cultured pearls, electrical machinery equipment, organic chemicals, machinery and mechanical appliances. The share of petroleum imports out of India's total imports was 26% in financial year 22 and around $160 billion. Imagine what can we do if we can cut down that crude oil import by 10% every year. That is almost $16 billion. That cannot be done unless we cut down the consumption of the transport sector, both the human and cargo sectors, that is buses and trucks. It cannot go on like this, and with thousands of new vehicles being added every day, we as a country need to take a hard look at our future. The switch to electric vehicles is the only option in the long run, while biofuels are the short-term strategy. The Indian Railways has set a target of 100% electrification of its network by December 2023. That may get pushed by a year. It has electrified 52,247 route kilometers, which is about 83% of the total broad gauge network of the Indian Railways of 65,414 kilometers, that is route kilometers, by March 31st, 2022. A daily average of 13,555 trains are operating in India currently, and 37% of these are being hauled by diesel locomotives. The remaining 63% is hauled by electric engines. With more Vande Bharat trains being introduced, the electric component is likely to rise further. As per the annual statistical statements for the year 2019-20, total diesel and electricity consumed by running trains were 2,370 million litres and 13,850 kilowatt hour respectively, which work out about 6.49 million litres per day of diesel and 37.96 million kilowatt hours per day of electricity. Look at how India's automotive sector is also stepping on the accelerator to the transition to e-mobility. This is due to the increase in prices of oil imports, rising pollution, and international pledges to battle the global climate change. As a result, India had committed to an aspirational goal of having at least 30% of the private automobiles as electric vehicles by 2030 at the Conference of Parties in 26 Summit. The Indian automobile sector ranks 5th globally and is expected to rise by 3rd position by 2030. India is the world's largest producer of 2- and 3-wheelers and the 2nd largest manufacturer of buses and the biggest producer of vehicles like tractors. Many conventional automotive players and oil marketing companies are investing heavily to boost the EV demand and to reach that aspirational goal. The Indian government has also been implementing several programs to encourage the growth of electric mobility, including 100% foreign direct investment through the automotive route in the EV space, incubator programs, shared facility for prototyping, small-scale manufacturing, financial support through the credit guarantee scheme for startups, tax breaks and subsidies for consumers are some of the other moves. The production-linked incentive announced by the Government of India with a 3.5 billion budget for the automobile sector suggests that the financial incentives could go up to 18%. So $3.5 million is quite a big lot of money. And 18% of that to encourage the domestic production of high-tech automotive products to draw the capital of the industry's value chain. All these may sound like a proverbial drop in the ocean, but we as a nation need to make this a mission of cutting down our oil consumption in our transport sector. The money which we are spending on implementing crude, that is importing crude now, can be better used by investing in developing our road, river and rail infrastructure. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.
Please subscribe to Nationalist Hub English channel for more interesting videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. Nationalist Hub, it's a news revolution.